Welcome to Ginetta. I'm Sofian, and today I'm taking you on a delicious journey. Why delicious? Because we are talking about dates. I love those dates. It's one of my favorite fruits. And I love them so much, and they're so delicious that when I was a kid, I thought it was candy and not even a fruit. But also because I have a special relationship with them. It's kind of in my DNA. See, my grandfather used to be a dates producer, and back in Algeria, he used to make the most delicious one. However, making dates was just his part-time job. On the other side, he has to market them, meaning that he has to go in at 5 a.m. in the morning in a marketplace similar to that one, and he has to find the perfect spot, the sweet spot where he can get enough traffic, but at the same time being well positioned against his competition. And once he found that sweet spot, then he started to try to engage with people. And you know them, they try to charm you, smile at you, they try to engage, give you free sample, and tell their story about how they make the most delicious dates. And all of that trying to build trust in their product, but also in their business. And once they've done that, there is a magical moment. And this is for me the most magical moment because it's at that time that we see the real value created. Some people decided that they will take those dates and they will bring home with their family and share that with all their friends. But also it's why my grandfather woke up at 5 in the morning. It was not just to be on the marketplace. He wanted to sell those dates so he can continue to make the best dates possible. And I'm very fortunate to have that kind of story in my family because from a very young age, I knew that making the most delicious product or the best product was not enough. If you want to have a successful business, you also have to distribute it. And what I mean by distribute it is you have to go and market it specifically. What is also very interesting is we are not making dates here. We are making digital products. And what about digital products? So first, what is very interesting here is about digital. We live in a digital world. And when we talk about marketplace, we are talking about a next level marketplace. Today, if you're going to the App Store from Apple and you're trying to create an app, you will have to fight against 2.5 million active apps on that App Store, which is very, very crowded. At the same time, if you're starting a new website, for example, every day you will have 250,000 new websites per day. So it's kind of a crowded marketplace, and it will be very difficult to get people's attention. But why we are doing that? Why? Because it's also a unique platform to drive your business growth at scale. I mean, you can distribute your product 24/7, almost everywhere around the world for almost no cost. And this is unprecedented. We never had that before. My grandfather never had that before. So now let's see and let's try to reconnect with what my grandfather did. Because what we are doing in the digital world is pretty much the same as what my grandfather used to do. So first, you need to drive awareness, and you have to get people's attention. You try to position yourself to get enough traffic and to be better than your competitors. Then you need to build trust. You need to engage with those people. You need to give the right information at the right time in order for them to tackle all their fear and doubt and start to engage with you. And finally, well, you need to convert. You need to ask people for commitment. It can be through sales, it can be through engagement, it can be through sign up, but at some point they will have to commit with you and with your business. But now let's jump right, let's forget about theory and let's jump to example. Awareness. So awareness, remember, it's all about getting attention around your business and your product. So there's two main ways to do so. One, online is organic, which is time consuming and very difficult because you have to provide very good quality, but it's free. And the second one is paid. And it's a shortcut because everyone can do it today and they will get some traffic. However, when we apply that to one of our clients, CTA, they are a heat pump manufacturer in Münzingen, in Canton Bern, and when we were looking for their specific company and product, this is what we found. We found first a lot of different companies placing themselves through paid ads. And only then, after scrolling a little bit, you can find their organic results. And this is not good because all the attention is going for the first links. So what we've done with them is we worked quite a lot, and this is the result. All the green surface that you see on the screen is the effort of our work, but also putting all the attention possible on that page directly to the website of our clients. And so doing all of those actions bring a result of 41% increase in first-time visitor on their website. Next, we can talk about activation. So giving the right content at the right time for people to trust our business. And imagine that you want to buy a used car. Buying a used car is always a challenging experience. However, buying a used car online is even more hard. And this is the business of Cazoo. They are a British public trade company with more than 2,000 employees, and this is their business. They're selling used car online. And of course, they have to build trust in order to people to get started with a checkout. And how they decide to tackle that is by addressing the fears that we have around used car. Will I discover in 4 months after buying it some imperfection around the wheel or the motor or what happened to the car before? And this is why they have a specific button with imperfections. This is not something we used to see on the website. But once you click on that button, this is what you see. You see all the imperfection around that car and what to expect exactly after delivery, but also in 6 months. And once you've seen that, well, you can look at all the pictures, you can look at all the views, you know exactly what to expect and what you will get for delivering. And for me, this is a good way that, yeah, it's pretty much what I expect, I can get started, and at that moment I know, if I'm Cazoo, that I build enough trust for people to move further. And the next step is conversion. So conversion is all about commitment to me and to my business, through other sales or sign up or new login. And for conversion, we all know that kind of screen. So we went online, we browsed, we found some interesting product, and finally we arrive at the final step of the checkout. But we need to put our credit card numbers. So right now I'm like, oh, I need to stand up, go to my bag, get my credit card, find it, bring back, put all those numbers. Do I really need that pillow? I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, it's a lot of effort. And even if I have the autofill from Google, I still need to find the last 3 digits, and I never know which card is it, and then I'm confused, and I'm like, okay, let's move on. However, our job is to make it as frictionless as possible. So what we can have is like the one payment button from Apple. One button, one click, all information filled, and my payment is proceed, done. I don't have time to think, I don't have time to doubt about myself and my commitment to pillows. So this is all about awareness, activation, and conversion. And it's exactly the same principle that my grandfather used to have, and exactly the same principle that we can use in the digital business. But now, how we get started? So if you want to apply that very simple principle into your business, you can already start today. And first, you will have to define a goal. And I know it sounds kind of easy, and so most of you know exactly why do they have an online presence, but still you have to define one goal, and it's not goals. So please define if you want more sales, define if you want more user, or if you want qualified lead, but just one can apply. Once you define that, you already done the most difficult part, because the next step is clarify each step and what it means for you. What I mean is, what does awareness mean for you and for your business? What is getting people attention? What does it mean? What do I need to understand? I need to understand probably the motivation and aspiration from my user. And how do I measure that? But also on activation, how do I build trust? If I want to build trust, I will have probably to give the right information around doubts and concern about my product. Do I know them? And finally, about commitment and conversion. So what does it mean for me to commit to a product and to commit to a business? Once you clarify all the steps, you will be ready for the last one, which is defining key performance indicators and track them to measure your progress. And this last step is most of the time forgotten by businesses because it's the most difficult one, and this is why we put it in bold, because this is the most important to understand if I'm coming closer or not from my business goal. And only understanding that will help me to have a more successful digital business. But it's not it. We still have something. Once we define the product, we market it properly, and we know how to distribute it, we still have all those insights about motivation and fears about our users. We are getting more and more knowledge while running that kind of funnel. What do we do with them? Well, it's time to invest them and give them back to our designer so that they can build better products. And by building better products, we can even market them even further that we never imagined. And this is how we close the loop, and we go one iteration at a time closer from digital excellence. Thank you so much for your attention, and talk to you after at the apéro.